need a beard comb.
Gotta have one. It feels nice. I wonder if it's working. You think people are looking at us right now? Oh,
Don't wake Brian.
That's the wrong music.
Pro start, Brian.
It
like
says it's the right music. You know what? We're just gonna go.
Just gonna go with it. Oh, there we go.
Well, it's a new thing.
That was
New
off
thing we're doing.
to a rocky start, but I feel like we pulled it off eventually.
It's all right. It's all right. We made it. We made it happen. So, whoops, more music. So we are.
Are you serious? Brian, that's not.
This is like yeah. So we are live streaming this to those who are listening to the podcast, and to those who are watching. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
Deep
this
apologies.
is
Deep apologies.
Yeah, it's a first bit, and I've got like 8 screens open, and I'm trying to make sure everything's happening at the same time. All right. So how you guys been?
Pretty good. Been busy. Been cutting a lot of firewood, smashing my hand with hammers. That's cool. So, that's always a good time.
I
How about
am
you?
officially COVID free after like 3
Yay.
weeks.
Hooray!
Yes.
You look a lot sharper.
Yes, I look really red on this screen. I'm actually, it's just the camera crap going on. But yeah, but mentally, I'm like, woo, let's do this.
Yeah, let's podcast. Let's say nonsense on the internet. Woo!
I mean, I'd love to tell you about how wonderful it is to have this new, invigorated, and enthusiastic Brian back. I'm not going to lie, I'm getting like strange. Morning, gang. I've had this idea. Can we jump on a call at 7 a.m.? Go back to sleep, Brian. You're drunk. Not.
I
He's
just
sober.
basically quit sleeping.
I've
Yeah.
never been less drunk, Richard. What are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talking
actually,
about?
yeah. Yeah, it's the new and improved Brian. Apparently, the things have changed completely. Like, I don't like coffee as much anymore, and I've tried. I even bought a new coffee pot, and coffee just does not taste as good as it did before COVID, and it's a bummer because that's a huge weakness of mine.
Maybe it's a good thing in the long term. Maybe this is the way you decaffeinate a bit.
And I've been
Have you
eating like
considered-
onions and zucchini and like things I never ate before. It's just weird.
Well,
Just raw.
Just munching on an onion.
Just, just like an apple, you know.
Have you tried drinking tea? This could be a whole new. You could have turned English. COVID might have turned you English.
Right.
We're not,
I mean-
we're not really known for eating zucchinis. In fact, we don't call them that.
That's right. Yes, I'm English right now. Right.
Right, yeah, we're gonna go down to the
Base
football game.
switching off as we
Let's
speak.
get us some tea right here. Right. Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
Where's me mum?
turn that into a song.
Where's your what?
Can you say
Me
where's
mum.
your mum? I mean, you're a bit
mum.
old to be
Where's
asking
me
that.
mum?
Does that
I
amuse
don't know
you?
where
The
she
word
is.
mum.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it's
Maybe.
yes, because we don't say
What?
that. We say mom, not
Mom.
mum. Mom.
Makes no sense at all.
Or ma.
Like water.
Yeah.
We don't say water.
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 What?
Water.
What?
What's
That's
what
see. That's what a
say?
pedal does. A wah pedal makes a sound.
If we released
a
Water.
wah
Water,
pedal,
water,
we should
water,
call it the
water.
water pedal. That's what we should call it.
The
There's no
water
other
pedal.
name that we could possibly. Can you think of one? I
Wampa
can't.
wah. Yeah. I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess there's that.
That sounds dodgy.
Hey, speaking of
We're
leak
about to
stuff,
capture it
did you
ready.
see that Strymon?
Yeah.
Speaking of leak stuff, did you see that Strymon had a product leak?
Smooth.
Yeah.
I did, and you hated it, and I was like, well, I kind of.
I didn't hate it. I just want
He
something different than a reimagined thing. You know?
I do too. That's why they came out with the Night Sky a few years ago, which was a new
It's cool.
thing.
Yeah.
But I think this makes a lot of sense. Like in our text thread, I said this already, but for the listeners / viewers, I do feel like it
Both of them.
should have came out like 4 or 5 years ago. I understand
Well,
why
yeah,
it
yeah.
exists.
Like to me, and maybe this is just like because we do this at Wamplers. Like it needed to be like a deluxe version and a standard version. Like Like the
Mhm.
deluxe has got all the bells and whistles, and this version that they're releasing.
You
with
said
all
too
the
much,
flat
Brian.
burst.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
You said too much.
Sorry. I'll
Oops.
just turn my camera off here.
We can still hear you though. So
No,
that's,
but
And
I
see
mean, that's
him.
what I would have done. You know, I think it's okay, but
do we
I-
want
I
to
wanted
give
more bells
all
and
the
whistles.
details on the leak, or does that invite some sort of bad karma? I feel like
I
it
don't
kind of
know.
does.
Seems like every time we
I'm
release
less
something, it
worried
seems like every
about-
time anyone releases something.
I'm less worried about bad karma than I am good lawyers. I'm just going to put it right out there. So yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about it. It has been leaked, and it's what Brian says. We think.
I don't think it's illegal to talk about a pedal that's been leaked, but that's just me.
Brian,
Yes.
is that a CIA officer I see on your screen?
Hold on,
What's he
someone's at the door. 1 second.
Oh, gee whiz. Here he comes.
No, I don't know. I mean, so personally, I want to see more Strymon dirt.
Mm.
You know,
See, I wasn't that into their dirt pedals.
I wasn't either. That's why I want to see more. I want to see
Wait,
something better,
Oh,
better
okay.
and cooler.
Better and cooler.
Not
They
that
have
what-
the ability.
They have the ability. They have the engineering know-how for sure.
Hmm
Well, make something cool, man.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
wasn't that into the other ones. I played them both. I was very excited, and yeah, especially the Sunset. I was like,
It's okay.
it's not bad,
Yeah.
but it didn't get my juices going.
Yeah, it was. To me, it's like if I play a pedal, and this is what I do with our prototypes. If I write like a riff or something, I'm like, that's going to be a cool one. That's going to be cool.
Mhm.
But if I just play it and I'm like, nothing like doesn't inspire anything, then I'm kind of like next.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, for instance, the best Strymon pedal for me is actually the Deco, which I feel like is a totally undersung,
Very
like
cool.
underrated pedal. And that dirt on that, while it's not a typical like overdrive, it's really nice. It really does exactly what you want it to do. Just a little bit of tape saturation, and then you get. Oh man, I love the Deco so much. I haven't played it in a while. I said
There's
the
only
video
one way to
coming.
fix that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that.
Speaking of, I heard you got in trouble for playing a little too loud. Not got in trouble, but you apparently upset the folks at home, the family, with your bass rumblings.
That's fairly normal. That's a fairly normal occurrence. She just doesn't usually call me Axl Rose. For those that didn't see the Instagram post, I got a new bass amp thanks to a listener, and it's a new old PV bass amp, TNT. I love that kind of stuff just because it's fun. And I was playing some bass riffage through it and having a good time. And while the shred shed is pretty isolated, it's like double walled and all that stuff, it's still only like a yard and a half from the house. So it's really close to our bedroom. And at 11:30 at night, the missus is trying to sleep, and I'm out here, do 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 do. So she could hear it just fine. I more feel it than anything.
And bass frequencies travel a lot differently than like mid-range and treble. So like with
Yes.
mid-range and treble, you can kind of block that a lot easier than bass. Bass is kind of difficult. A lot more difficult.
Bass
It
moves
is.
in
That's
every
why you
direction,
do
right?
the-
High
Yeah.
Yep.
directional, and low frequency is omnidirectional. So you are making,
Yes.
the shred shed, and that is why your mom said, "Turn it down, Blake. I'm trying to get
It was
some
my
sleep."
wife, but
Ma-
sure.
We're
He
gonna
said
say mom.
Mom, not mum. I know.
just feels
It
wrong
wasn't
coming out
my
of my mouth.
mom.
I know. You're like starting to turn American. I need a hamburger or something.
But
But,
it has
uh,
got to the point where whenever I write anything, I check my spell.
Spell this the American way.
This is my personal.
I don't care anymore.
I just don't care anymore.
You're an honorary American at this point, with your love of our American cuisine and root beer. You know, you're
true.
roped in.
It's true.
And
I
Tootsie
feel
Rolls,
honoured.
right? Or was it? What was the candy? What was the candy that you really loved? What was that candy?
Oh no, I did have a revelation this week though. I think maybe
I can't remember who said it.
remember our good
Friend Adam sent me over.
like 32 crates of moon pies.
That's what it was.
Whilst I was
super polite and was like, interesting, they were a bit dry. But then someone said, stick 5 seconds. What a revelation that
Hot moon pie
is the snack that it pretends. And
Or
also,
you dunk
that's
it in your
my
coffee.
new
name on Snapchat.
No, you don't
Dunk anything in coffee.
That's just wrong.
What?
You,
you like hot
you never
moon pie?
taken a biscotti?
Well, not necessarily hot moon pie, but Dunkin' Donuts. The whole idea is to dunk
Well,
a
that's not a
donut
biscuit.
into the coffee.
That's because the Dunkin' Donuts
Is
is,
it?
terrible.
Is that what they do?
Unless it's dipped in coffee. It's
they really
dry
do that?
and it's yeah.
Do you
Well,
dip
that's where
donuts into
Dunkin'
coffee, Aaron?
Donuts came from. Well, yeah. How you gonna make it sweeter besides more sugar
Donut.
and corn syrup and milk and more sugar?
Bring your coffee, Brian.
Well, yeah. That's
Maybe-
like asking, do you wear socks with your shoes? Of course.
I don't put sugar in my coffee.
You don't.
What?
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
correct,
Wow.
Blake? Putting sugar in coffee or tea,
What?
then you're just drinking flavored sugar water. That's
not coffee.
What? That is
Yeah.
you both are so incorrect. See,
I
that's
go
the problem.
black coffie. Black coffee. That's
No,
what I
you,
want.
you need lots of
A
sugar,
little bit of
and
milk.
you need lots of caffeine, and that's how you get into the pedal business. Yes, that's what it takes.
I think it
Lots
took
of
a little
sugar, lots of coffee,
I'm just going
and
to
then
write
you're like,
notes.
Yeah.
woo, and then you build pedals.
You're like, woo, NPN transistors. Woo.
Okay.
Well, what else do we have on this glorious list of topics here? I feel like
There was another
Well, another, and
talk
about the
other
uplink.
Mm.
I'm excited about this one.
It
It's
is
indeed the Wampler multi-buffer. It's 12 types of buffer, all in a mini pedal with a rotary dial that's Bluetooth controlled.
Right, right, and with an app as well.
Mhm.
Just
Select
dial it
your
on your
favorite
app.
buffer.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The app is written in Visual Basic.
Oh, the
Amplitude Tonex.
Yes.
What do you know?
So this is in my opinion, there's going to be a race to the bottom for all the modeling devices, right? Like it's already happening. We're seeing it. And then you have like Amplitude, who's basically, I mean, they didn't literally steal my idea, but if I was going to make something like this, that's what it would kind of look like, which is it looks analog, it does all the cool stuff, it's small, it's functional, it's got software capabilities, like it's perfect. It's perfect. I want one like really bad, really
So
bad.
I've been playing with the Tonex software for a while. Now I haven't done any I can't remember what they call it. There's it's their version of a capture.
Right.
I
It's
don't-
basically
I-
profiling, basically.
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
they call it capture. I can't remember, but it's essentially the same idea. So you can do that with your rigs. I have not done that part of it yet, but the built-in stuff they have in the software is very good, especially on the cab side. I'll find myself running. Sometimes I use their amps, and they've got a lot of really great ones in there. But sometimes I'll run like my favorite amp sim into their cabs and play around with it in their software.
Yeah.
The Tonex software is very good. I really like it a lot. And I'm excited that it's available or will be soon available in a pedal form. I know some of my friends have been playing around with the pedal, and I think that'll make it more giggable. Because then you can create all that stuff in the software, take it with you to wherever you're playing, and it'll sound just like you had it dialed in at home, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, I love the profiling aspect of it too, and it also allows people like me to create our own profiles. So that's probably something that a lot of pedal companies are going to jump onto, especially more and more in the future. Now that Josh, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, that he's got some Kemper profiles out now, right?
And I'm angry about it.
I mean,
Oh, wait.
I'm
I think
indifferent
everybody
to
should. I think, yeah.
I'm not
to get one. And
Well, the Kemper's cool. It's got its use,
Pedals.
but I mean,
sure.
give me the choice of a good tube amp or a Kemper. I'm generally going to pick the tube amp.
Sure.
Unless,
Sure.
like unless I need something light and portable and quick to set up, Like each have their use case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Reminds me of
they do each have their use case. Thank you, Professor.
one plus.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with
This week.
is a younger gentleman
May or may not be
going
going
out my daughter, but he remained
He was like,
That nails it
I
down.
need a way of transporting my pedal board to like my band practice because he's in a band and he uses pedals. We already like him, and he's like, I'm going to go and buy a suitcase from Costco. I'm like, or you could just
buy a new pedal board
and it'll come.
It's case.
Because I
would imagine
the price difference is like 20 or
$1, whatever.
units, groats, but he went for the suitcase.
Bitcoins.
He liked the idea of a little
wheeled suitcase.
It's different, but there you go.
I think
can
it
see
can make sense, especially if you need a suitcase. So it's like I need a suitcase and I can use it as a suitcase or a pedal board case. I can see that.
Your logic
Especially if
is
you already have a
flawless.
pedal board.
Yeah, no. I would just bought it.
Usually I hear it's flawed, but I'll take this instead. This sounds
Flawless.
Sorry, your
Logic is flawed.
Oh, well now I'm right back to where I started.
Okay, one other story
About
with
me this week is
definitely this music thing. The Google
Google
search stuff, the kind of lift
Jazz by Google.
It worries me, this stuff. It really does. I know people who
aren't
really big into their music, and to them,
music.
whereas
Whereas to me,
this sounds like computer-made music. I can tell it's not. It's too perfect. There are no. We'll fix that.
at some point. but
See, I
what do
have
you
a
think?
different opinion on this, but I want to hear you guys' opinion first.
Well, hold on.
I don't like. It's one of those things.
But you want to
Hear ours first. How do you know?
Yes,
opinion's
well,
different if you
because
haven't
we've
heard ours.
because when we texted about this, you both had your viewpoints, and I disagreed completely. But
I might have been lying.
You don't know what I thought, really.
that is true. You are known to lie.
Yeah, you're a
I'm
known
a-
liar.
yeah.
Basically, a
Yeah.
massive liar.
Mhm.
Well, we'll
start
start
with
with good sub.
What do you think about it?
I think it's fine, but would I thought about it like this. Would I turn up to a show to listen to AI-based music? Probably not. Same as I wouldn't pay to go see a hologram of a dead person. Nah, not really my cup of tea. I can admire the technology and I can understand the use cases, but what I don't like about it is that it is also sort of a race to the bottom, right? As soon as this stuff gets more and more widely adopted, there will be actual musicians who get impacted by it in a negative way, and I don't know. I like AI to do boring things. Why are we making AI do creative things that humans do?
I have to be careful what I say.
Different industry.
But a client I work
Right.
writing, let's just say at least 50% of the articles were written by artificial.
You just have to type and tape
I
it.
think that's a
Brilliant.
problem too. I think that's a problem.
It
too.
is a problem.
Because
it-
that's
the race to
exactly
the
what
bottom
I'm,
and
that's what I'm talking
is-
about.
The bottom is real.
You're going to just create
Use content that is
is
of
variable quality, but what it will do is it will promote
different content.
and content that cannot be replicated.
We were discussing earlier.
And it's
Slightly
a related topic, but AI is always in
in the frame at some point.
You can't make a video
Brian Wampler
making a fool of himself
using AI.
That content cannot
Yes,
be
you will be
generated.
able to
Well,
though,
I mean,
at some point.
We're
If you
not in
know
our
how to
live
prompt
time.
it.
Maybe though.
It's taken.
If
Oh,
you know-
yeah. No, in the next 10 years, it's going to happen easily.
It's not
So-
though. I
so-
mean,
Like,
because
make Brian drop a Stratocaster.
Okay,
it's
so
just not convincing.
I guess I'm thinking of it differently. So I'm thinking of like a use case where let's say you're a hotel and you need generic music, or you're a gym and you need generic music, and you don't necessarily have the money to license proper music, right? Well, then you could use AI to license things like this very cheaply. That you don't need great music, you just need background noise.
That's a good point.
So
Very-
and then
There's plenty of humans that'll make it for you very cheaply. I'd
That's-
rather a robot
well,
not do it for free.
that's true. But
Mhm.
whenever people are willing to pay for good music, then the good music rises to the top. And those that may not be, they don't have to be well known, but they can be very good musicians or good songwriters or whatever, those people now have a niche and an audience that they can, get their music to, because there's going to be people that that are so into their music that they don't want the generic stuff. They don't want it's kind of like pedals. Like the boutique industry was created because the mass manufacturing of all these pedals kind of made everything sterile and generic for a while.
Sure.
And
that's
so
true.
I guess to me this is just like what it looks like when you move it to music.
So
what you're saying is
we're
we're
going to go through a phase of
very sterile
and generic, extra sterile and generic music, like Simon
chat
GPT
GPT is what
the future of music.
Ugh.
Right. Yeah, I mean, probably so much that you'd be like, write me 10 songs in the style of Simon Cowell.
Well,
and
I mean,
comes out the
that's a
other
hidden
end and
song.
you're like, perfect, it sucks. Exactly what I wanted.
And that would just sound
Then
like
there'll be a
Renaissance.
renaissance.
a British guy like crapping on people's dreams. That's all it would sound like, right?
I mean,
Uh,
we all know my
But anyway, there's a lot of good stuff.
stuff being produced, but all the bland stuff is getting the airplay. That's
What's wrong? So,
I don't
no,
know.
maybe you're right,
Maybe
maybe-
boutique music listening.
I am all for the removal of the system of making music. I would like to see it go back into the hands of the people that make the music rather than,
I don't
some-
think AI is going to help that though.
Well, I think those capitalistic type of people will use AI to generate that music, but I don't think they'll have the desire or inclination to spend money on the smaller artists that's actually making custom music themselves. Not,
Yeah, and I
not
think
driven
that's
by
the
AI.
problem. The problem is not the like hotels and gyms that are going to utilize that stuff because they don't think about it that much anyway. In fact, I've seen more than a few restaurants just have Spotify running in the background, which they're not technically supposed
Not
to
supposed
do.
to. Yeah.
Not supposed to, but I've seen it many times. And who's actually gonna report the restaurant?
well,
Nobody.
I mean,
'Cause nobody knows that.
I-
Which
Not
restaurant
yet,
was
but
that?
I'm sure
Blake,
Spotify
by the
is
way,
working on
just
it.
out of interest. Just
What's that?
taking some notes here. Which restaurant was it that was illegally streaming Spotify?
I'm not telling you because they make delicious food.
No,
But
and
the point is
Sorry,
I
have a genuine
concern
concern.
over my work, not because my work isn't brilliant, because it is, but
before you can just go,
Chat GPT,
T,
please make me a website in
the style of this website.
create all the imagery from scratch.
We're not far from that.
And that puts
Of my company out of a job.
and that is not something that I'm prepared.
Seeing it coming down the
ChatGPT
line.
made a bad tube screamer the other day, as far from a design. So
Yeah,
Wow.
they did make a two screamer
It-
plugin.
it wasn't great, but it still did it. That's the wild part. And what's the next version? The next version is something like 140,000 times the data points of
Yeah.
this one, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's only gonna get more and more powerful, and
Right, because it's only been 2 months, right?
right, yeah,
Imagine 2 years from now. You know?
it's freaky.
It's
I don't like it.
frightening. It is frightening. The landscape
It will be very different for everybody when
has
this
become
available.
like
You think about this
technology just being
smartwatch,
your phone and just I mean it like you'd never have to ring up
work and say
you
you
were
were sick.
You could just like create
T,
false bot on your phone to just deal with everything for you.
Still.
giant
Puddles of lard with tiny little hands for mobile phones, giant eyes to see in the night,
evolve.
into the blob. I mean,
A head start on that.
I get that, but generally this can't. I can't see how, like, turning the production thing,
And I get this with some people I know
who
who
don't really get music. But
it's never going to be a
competition. It's never going to be about the money.
about the emotion.
And at the
The moment.
moment, computers can only guess an emotion. They can't really actually have emotions. When they
I'm booking my Musk rocket out of here. That'd be the worst
To
theme
Twitter
park
land.
ever.
That'd be
Totally
adorable.
I'm just going to go on the
It's just a
Andrew
bunch of-
Tate ride.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Ew.
Oh my gosh.
Ew.
You need to be this
Ew.
tall to traffic people through foreign countries.
Richard. Richard.
I've been
No.
very careful with my
No.
uncalled.
No. Down,
I
Richard.
guess it's a lot
Down.
worse.
Yeah.
I
Don't
feel better
don't
about
say his name.
release.
Don't say his name or he'll appear. I think it's like
Yeah.
Bloody Mary if you say it too many times.
Hey, Richard, real quick. This is fantastic audio stuff here, but a lot of people are saying that your internet connection is basically hot turds. So are you on Wi-Fi or are you on Ethernet?
No,
I'm not on Wi-Fi. Oh.
Will switching cut him out
Hold on.
and make it?
I have no idea.
Well, we'll find out, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I
was doing some testing.
earlier. Oh.
You're on
Right.
Wi-Fi, aren't you? Yeah. So basically, you have like 5 pixels.
Okay.
I've turned Wi-Fi off now.
So, can you still hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah. hmm
you're not
Then
any
that
better
worked.
as far as my view, but
Yeah,
But
maybe
yeah.
it'll get better in a minute. It might be catching up to the upload. Who knows? You know.
yeah, I'm not really
Yeah.
sure how this works through AI. I'm sure. Oh.
Right.
Well, I think
Let's
the
see.
upload.
Poison Noises says he goes into chipmunk mode every 5 seconds.
Oh,
Really?
That's weird because it sounds fine on our end.
Yeah, it sounds fine on our end, but you know
I mean, those rants I just had are going to be entertaining.
they are. Well, so I mean, obviously the audio version that goes out next week will be completely high quality,
That's right. Flawless.
flawless, 'cause
Flawless.
chipmunk free.
Well, I don't guarantee
I mean,
that.
couple nuts and 1 chipmunk, I guess.
Right,
Space
well.
F-
Chipmunk.
No, I don't mean that way. No.
Now that we're on
Oh.
video, we need to have like a GIF that pops up. And
Oh, that's where we're going to require some magicry that I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
Well, now that Richard is
Has
invoking
anyone
the ghost
confirmed
of
if
Andrew
I'm still
Tate.
chipmunky
Monkey
and
Um,
pixelated?
post something somewhere, folks, if Richard is still doing the chipmunk thing.
I
don't
don't
mind
think
being pixelated, I'm not
very attractive. Let's face it.
Poison Noises. He sounds like someone is spinning the delay knob on the metaverse.
It's probably
So
it's
basically, you
just-
sound amazing. That's
yeah,
what
you
he's
sound
saying.
great. I was
I'm
gonna say
happy
that's a
with that.
compliment. In my opinion.
I think it's Jeffrey No said it's your camera from the 90s. But he did say you're strapping.
brand new.
So-
It is the brand new Apple Studio camera, right? And
I have to say, there's
some
some.
software thing with it because saw earlier, Brian, we
FaceTimed.
I was
walking
walking
around
around
my
my room and
You were watching-
like the camera focus on me. Put it in this
Yes.
And it does just
degrade
to the worst
filter.
iPhone thing ever.
But
I
I didn't
can-
know we were going
Yeah.
to be putting this out live today, so
Well,
Let's
neither
not
did
watching
I.
it.
a
Nice.
high-powered camera. What
Tim
Apple
thought was a
good device
device.
for his
$1,500
$50 signature monitor. Guy.
Man, you got problems, dude. Like, how
Yeah,
do you live
that-
with these problems?
How do you
This is
live?
Yeah.
How?
Where do you want to
It's
start with
horrible.
it?
Ended question, Blake.
All right, so let's tell me what's this John Lennon thing?
Oh well, no, yeah.
Not Lennon.
Yeah, I mentioned
Probably like a
2 weeks ago
I think 2
something
weeks.
about
Yeah.
John
part of Eurovision, and we sort of
went a little bit like yes, but
hells out,
etc. And
we all made
these
these
comments and reaction. I saw an interview
with him down. I didn't realise
this,
this,
but
the song he's doing.
he's going to give again
Then don't know whether it's
the
the
proceeds or all the money or whatever
Money for Alzheimer's research
because his wife Nora,
than him.
so
who
I think she's approaching her 80s, has got very advanced Alzheimer's,
Alzheimer's, and he now needs
to care for her. And it was that moment I'm a bit of a dick for
judging him so quickly because he
has been quite outspoken. We
We
all
all love to have
opinions on celebrities and people in
in
the
the
media, but you never know what's going on in someone's life. And
Mm-hmm.
like
He's written this song.
it's basically a way of trying to say hello to his wife who picks up on anything.
anything.
And you just think, oh, this is what
The art. It isn't the.
it isn't the money, it isn't the celebrity. And again,
It
that
just
made
made
me question myself.
much
Of a dick,
because you thought.
so I am.
Well, I mean, that is good to know. I mean, because without the context, it was kind of weird. But now it's like, that makes a lot of sense. I totally understand why he would be doing it. Because we were like, what? I don't understand.
Right.
This is a weird combination. You know, the
And
guy
on his
from the Sex
interview-
Pistols doing, yeah.
He
was like,
you know, they were like, oh, but
And he's like, look,
guys, you know how it works. I say things that are sound bites so that they're.
we've all got media.
But the reality is like every experience
Watching it with my family growing up.
and it's music, it's art, and it's a beautiful thing to
To
do. And I was like, yeah. He knows the system way better than we do. We make all of these pitchfork wave
about
our
our
beloved
beloved
celebrities,
celebrities.
but they're people who
Who
are
are
just good at one thing that we're not so good at. Generally, some.
I want to backpedal a little bit. You said he sells butter. Is that accurate? Did I hear you right?
Well, there was
Okay.
where he was promoting a particular butter. That
Was the moment
Okay.
that
most sex
Image Limited fans thought,
you have now sold out, sir.
Well, that's
Um,
fine. I
again-
like butter.
who doesn't?
And he was selling good butter, not bad butter. Bad butter,
Well, there you go.
yeah.
Although
Bad butter
I
could
do
be my
have to
wrestling
say,
name.
if he was actually selling like this is Johnny Rotten's butter, that's a little bit of a. I don't know if I want
mean,
Johnny
again,
Rotten's
Johnny-
butter. You know.
The word rotten is not a great
Food
brand
that you want
to
to
sell, probably.
Especially not a dairy product.
Right.
Particularly so a dairy product, but no food is enhanced by adding the word rotten to it, I don't think. Although
But hey,
there are
more power to him. As long as it was good butter, hey, I'm for it. Whatever. That's fine.
You ever seen that
That,
that maggot cheese that people eat?
Oh,
Maggot
What?
cheese.
Have you ever heard of this, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually
no.
head.
head cheese.
I'm not sure. I'm sure one of
Head
the
cheese
listeners
is
will
not
know.
maggot. You don't want maggots in head. Head cheese is something else. It's literally from the head.
You don't
I
want
don't
that.
think I've
Well,
done any
I
cheese
may
with
have
maggots.
the two things confused, but there
There is
is
an Italian
cheese that is so ripe you eat it with. Brian,
Don't vomit.
No.
Mmm.
No.
Mmm. I'll go out there. I'd eat head cheese. I'm not trying maggot cheese. That's too much for me.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know how we got
Not
here,
doing it.
and I apologise.
Yeah, I mean, somehow he went from John Lennon to maggot.
Oh,
Not
John
John Lennon.
Lennon.
It wasn't John Lennon. It was Johnny Rotten and rotten maggots. I mean, that figures.
Yeah,
I can
I
can
know.
trace that.
I know.
I do want to
I
like
know.
berate one of our listeners who will know exactly who they are because they showed me a picture. Alt T, and now I want one. It's just that simple.
Well-
I look. That looks
Really well.
up my street.
Well, what about it, Richard? There is going to be people listening to this after all.
I mean, I do want one. So
But what is it? What about it made you want it so bad?
well,
I'm a big fan
of the build quality of Sir guitars in general. I've always
course.
fancied
Of course.
kind of deluxe Telecaster.
Caster style guitar.
Brian
Just read something
funny because he looked at me in the way
Yes.
people
We're now
are saying that
Yeah, basically the people. Yeah,
break.
it's Poison Noises keeps going on with how you sound, and it's cracking me up.
what do I say?
But basically,
now?
somehow your internet connection is still hot turds in a bucket. I don't know what you got to
mean, that's
do, but
Bloody
mind.
internet connection. I can't do anything about it. I'm
It's
on
the fastest internet
I can get
here.
here. So
people are saying that Blake and I just look crisp and clear and handsome. You know, like it's like we're in the room with them. And then they're like, but Richard, like it's just not working with Richard. It sounds like a chipmunk, and his video is got this stuttering effect.
It's like a bit crusher. That's fine. Just think of it like a bit crusher.
Actually,
yeah.
it's possible I'm exaggerating a little bit just to, what would you say, take the piss out of you, I think is what you
Just
say.
one of the grossest British terms.
That is a
of all
weird
time.
saying. Why do you
Yeah.
say that? Like that's weird.
If I stay still
Yeah.
long enough, will they all think I've just frozen? I could just get through the whole podcast like this.
Okay, I need to look up Sir Alt Tellies. I need a
All right.
browser. I need a new browser window.
I need another browser, Sir
What,
then
97 that you've already
Alt
got?
T.
How
Oh,
can I
yeah,
sound like a
that's pretty
chipmunk?
good.
I've got the deepest voice.
Oh. Right? Yeah, usually your audio
kind of
is
chipmunks have
the
you got out
best
there
sounding
in,
of all
in
of us.
Shepton, Edinburgh,
wherever
as you live,
They
Jordan.
look like bears, honestly. They're huge.
What?
Chipmunks do.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, they're massive out here.
They're massive.
They've all got
Yes.
diabetes from all of the high fructose corn syrup, but they sound
Right.
like this.
And they have sugar in their coffee.
Okay,
like
so I'm
some-
digging the Sir. I need a Sir. That is one Telecaster I do not have, and it is known that I must have one of every Telecaster on Earth.
Every
So,
single
What
one.
about those either?
One of every single one.
Okay.
Do what? Say again?
As well.
That's a British
made
Telecaster behind me there.
Go on.
It looks like a Brent Mason one on the video, but I mean I'm looking at 100p. So.
Okay.
What colour does it look like then? Because it's like surf green.
It looks grey.
It's not,
It does look grey.
Does it? Wow.
little
My
bit.
camera feed is awful.
I mean, I could see now that you say green. I could see green. No, I could. See
I was
that.
seeing green.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I think Brian, you need your. We
How do you
need
do
your eyes fixed because we've seen some of the fonts you've picked for previous
Yeah.
you can't even blame that on getting older.
That's
just-
that's just stupidity. I claim that one. I'll claim that one. Just pure stupidity.
What is that Telecaster, Richard? Tell me about
That's
it.
Gordon's. That's a Gordon's
The
black
um,
pick guard. It came with a white, and I didn't like it. And I changed the neck pickup
Black,
to.
good choice.
Yeah, the
Pickup
pickup
in the
neck is a bare knuckles true grit.
Sounds awesome.
Mm,
It's great playing.
Love the
tech.
bare knuckle stuff. Yeah.
very
They make
nice,
some very good
nice.
stuff.
In fact, I got a blue telly. Somewhere over there.
It's
Um,
confusing when you try
I need
and
to put
point
new
at
pickups
things
in.
in reverse.
It's very confusing. Yeah.
It's not long COVID.
But I need to put some new pickups in that, and I think I have some bare knuckle telly pickups that I'll just swap them over. So I think I have them in a Whitfield right now, so I'll probably just swap them over to my blue telly.
Then what's the Whitfield gonna have?
Yeah, I've got the pickups it originally came with, which are
Mm.
great. I think I did a video on it years ago, maybe with the new pickups. I forget now. It's been a bit.
Cool.
So, anyways, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to
Welcome
say
to the
about that.
middle age.
Middle-aged pot.
Right.
Where
we forget everything
we're
we're talking.
talking about.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't been. I've been remembering this since I saw it. Eric Johnson at the next Woodshed Guitar
Oh.
Experience. Are you gonna go, Brian?
I'm going. I am going to be there. Yes. Yes.
How about
Jealous.
shipping
And
out
and so
Employee other than
the other guys?
you got to
For
go,
being
dude.
with-
And Andy Wood was telling me last night and about the other people that are going to be there. I promised him I wouldn't say anything. It's going to be freaking a great lineup. It's such a good lineup this year. Like you got whatever you're doing this year, drop your vacation plans and go to the Andy Wood Woodshed event. It's going to be
And-
amazing.
It's in August, right?
August, 25 or 6 or 7 or somewhere near there. Yeah.
For those that don't know what this is, because it has happened before, maybe give the listeners a little, like, what is the Woodshed Guitar Experience? What can they expect?
So it is a very intimate event. I'm going to say there's between maybe 50 and 100 people there usually. It's a little pricey to go, but what you get is something you cannot get anywhere else. So you get like one-on-one lessons at times. There's group lessons with people. So in other words, like you'll be able to sit across from Eric Johnson and say, play that again. can you slow that down a little bit for me? Like you'll be able to do that level of lessons.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's just that with all these great artists. And then at the end, like they all get together on stage and they basically just jam for a while. And keep in mind, there's like, you're just in like this big room and right next to the stage. So it's like you're hanging out with a band while they're playing. But I mean, yeah, it's just a very intimate thing. It's classes about anything you'd want to know. You can ask anything. Like, what color underwear are you wearing today? You can ask them that. And that's okay.
You probably shouldn't, but
You probably
can.
should. I mean, it'd be pointless to spend the money to do that.
Why,
but you
why
could.
was
if you
that
wanted
the
to.
first question that came to your mind? You may have actually asked.
Well, because I forgot mine.
You forgot.
It's a little cold there to be
I
doing
was in
that.
a hurry. Yeah, forgot them. I was in a hurry today. Forgot them. It's all right.
So, question. Like, not a question. This is just more for the listeners. And he's not paying for this, by
No.
the way.
No,
This
no.
sounds like almost like an ad, but seriously.
It sounds
it's
like
so
an ad,
cool.
but yeah, I'm super excited about this.
So, you can't talk about who is going to be there other than Eric Johnson, because that's already
And
public.
Andy Wood, of course.
And Andy Wood, obviously. But who has been there to give people kind of an idea of the level?
Bonamassa was there, super good guy. Robin Ford was there, super good guy. Robin Ford. So he had his Dumble there. He was like, "So you want to play my guitar through my Dumble?"
That's pretty cool.
That doesn't happen every day. That's just those things don't happen, you know. But at the Woodshed event, stuff like that happens.
And you can backflip into a foam pit if I understand.
And you can
correctly.
backflip in a foam pit with Robin Ford. That happened. I did
That happens.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm incredibly jealous. That's gonna be awesome.
You gotta
And
go,
you're gonna
man.
be there, and you're gonna be like, and this is how a bee-bender works. Is that what you're gonna be doing?
I think I'm doing like a tone class of some sort.
You can just listen to this podcast for that.
Yeah, we always talk about that stuff on this
You got to
podcast.
sift through a lot of nonsense, but
Yeah.
you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, fast forward 40 minutes. Oh, look, they talked about gear. This is great. This is awesome. Now, I do find it funny that...
That one guy will write about
we're-
you again, Bri, if you don't start.
well, it all
It's
depends.
too late.
So we had someone that got mad because you had that you had the title about attenuators. And it took us like 35 minutes to get to it, right?
How
'Cause
dare
we
you.
talked about nonsense until we got there. And I had to explain,
got
like,
there. I've
this is like an off-topic guitar podcast. Like, we talk about guitars, kinda, you know? Sorta.
It does say it in the intro.
Right, right. I
It
mean,
does very much lay out and a healthy dose of off-topic discussions. It-
Right.
It, does say that.
Mostly off-topic discussions, but yes.
But more on topic, I want to get your guys' take on my new project that I'm starting. And I guess you can see it.
Is
So-
this your OnlyFans thing?
Yeah. It's where I just sit there and eat burritos. And I feel like there's got to be a market for that.
Well, you know, everybody's got the thing.
So I've been trying to figure out ways to like efficiently demo pedals and just like how can I have a setup out here that's not taking up the whole shred shed, but I can get set up relatively quickly and get these things cranked out. And I come up with a solution that I'm really into. So last week I talked about the tube amp expander. That's going to be on its way here at some point. I've also got a vertical pedal board.
What?
Coming.
What?
A vertical pedal board. What's designed to sit on your desk, so you can like fiddle with the knobs and stuff.
So the pedals are faced this way,
Yep. So you're like, yeah, the pedals you'd be looking at
vertically for those listening. Like,
Yep, exactly.
top to bottom.
I forgot my camera will zoom if I do hand signals.
Oh, really?
that's cool for you, Brian. I'm pretty sure
that
Yeah.
was just
you could check which way.
So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
bought
so
this.
okay.
Oh, there.
Mine does it too.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
the-
I thought I was
What?
having a stroke. Oh, jeez.
I can do that too.
Spray
but-
yourself. Oh, wait.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not doing it on purpose though. Stop zooming. Stop zooming, camera. Settle down. What are you doing? Stop it. There we go. Now we'll stop. I got this cart back here. You see?
Did you buy
So,
it from Costco?
there's
are, you,
gonna-
are you going out with my daughter? Hold on, wait a minute.
I've heard this story once
I got
already.
the-
this week.
I got this suitcase for my pedal board. No, you can't see it very good on the camera, but in the top there are pedals and a power supply. once the vertical board's up, they'll be obviously you'll be able to see them better. And down below there is space for a tube head to go. I'm gonna park a head in there, run the speaker cable up to the tube amp expander, and I'll just be able to have one XLR cable ran out to my interface, one cable in to the side because it can come up through and in, and just have a nice clean setup that I can roll wherever I need to in the shed.
So
and
what
set up
you've
willy-nilly.
got there
Mount
and some
cars.
casters. That's basically what you're telling.
Yes. Yes, but I can like swap
I'm
the
not
pedals
as
in and out
impressed.
on the top.
With Project Tone Cart.
Rack mount plus
What?
wheels
Hold
doesn't
on.
sound.
There's no rack mount in it. There's no rack mount. There's no rack
Doesn't
mount.
matter.
None. There's no rack mount.
And why not?
A small nitro engine from a remote control car.
Now we're
You
talking.
know,
Project Tone.
I
Cart.
wasn't going to, but now I think I might.
I mean, that would be awesome.
So, Blake's
Stop, I
video's
turned it
cracking
off.
me up because
Stop it.
as he talks, it's just like
There.
kind of does this. It just goes in and out while he's talking.
The tracking
it's-
keeps turning on by itself.
It's
for some
very distracting.
reason.
It's
It's very annoying. Stop
Poison
doing
Noises says, "I'm more confused than the title of the show is gear related." I can understand, Jordan. I can
Yes,
understand.
Jordan. Yeah, that's true.
Please stop
We're-
making your video.
we're
move. It's
ashamed as
making
well
Me
sometimes.
feel.
Sick,
Bro.
bro.
Don't do it again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, I don't like.
Oh wait, that's a bad thing. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying like physically sick is like physically sick,
yeah, like
bruh.
sick,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's sick.
Sick dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog.
Sick
Dogs.
dog. Is that
dog-
a thing still?
I don't think dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
My
ahead and
crib
say
is sick, dog. Is that a thing? Do the kids say that anymore?
it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know.
Mhm.
I did totally off topic because that's what we do, right? I did see that someone got Chat GPT to say, "What's an up, dog?" Of course, they commented back, "Not much. What's up with you?" Like, but this huge prompting thread trying to get it to say, "What's up, dog?" It
That's
was
what
very
scares
funny
me
to me,
about-
and it
about
has nothing
AI.
to do with anything.
It's a race to.
And
Has basically
already hit.
the bottom. Like
I think
he
you're
thinks
right.
the only.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
only thing he looks out for now is chat.
Bad dad jokes.
That's his life source.
Accurate.
If that's what
Wow.
AI is here for, then maybe I can get behind it. Now we're talking. I like this a lot better.
I feel that
Anywhere near as scary.
if that was the premise.
It's come from the future to make really bad.
Dad jokes. The
Arnold
T-
just
2000
comes in.
dad joke.
Is your refrigerator running? Then you better go catch it.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
it's amazing.
Would it be? Is your refrigerator running? Then you better go catch it now.
Oh God, that's a good place. So, okay. First of all, I've got to give a huge shout out and thanks to our Patreon members because
have we done our
without
time?
them,
Yeah.
yeah,
wow,
we're
that
50
flew.
minutes. Without them,
Wow.
like we probably would have quit this a long time ago. So, I mean, but the truth is, like, if you like extra of these podcasts, it's only a couple bucks a month. It's like the price of a cup of coffee.
Less
you
than
get
a cup of coffee.
Less than a
even.
cup of coffee, and you get twice the episode. So, if nothing else, just try it for a month and see if you like it. You know, because we actually we go even less off topic often on the Patreon.
Sometimes.
And
Sometimes.
talk about lots of cool things like UFOs and all kinds of great stuff.
Ooh, more on
um,
that later.
So big shout out, excuse me, and huge thanks to our executive producers that let me see if I can read the screen here. Bill Bays, Jake Young from Man the Helm podcast. Again, if you haven't heard that podcast, you need to immediately listen to that one after this. Justin Burke, David Tyndall, Night Haas, Dave Trombetti, Shannon Weaver in the band, Radulst Rust, Eric Wilson, Got to do my Vidar Frosted. Vidar Frosted. Not very good today. I'm slowly getting ours back though. Michael
I need to
Freer,
number two.
Sean Arbo of Gun Street Wiring, Rick Calhoun of Honey Picks, who's going to make me a thumb pick.
Ooh.
He doesn't know it yet, but one day he's going to. DJ Petty F, Dylan Toxtone, Stran, Kevin Harrington, Barry from the Great Grez Guitars, Felicity with the Crazy Memes, Tom Kelly, Pigsy, John O'Neill, Robert Carr, Hunter Hudson, Rob Stokes, Jordan from Poison Noises, who says the Patreon is worth every penny. Thank you. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank
The
you.
Flying Dutchman, Nick Spano, right? Nick Spano, I think.
Spano.
The Twang Spano. Sorry, I don't know why.
Spano. No, it's Spano.
I'm from Southern Indiana. I'm not. That's hard for me. The Twain Kings and Sasha Sir. Thanks so much. If you're Patreon members, we'll talk to you in just a minute. So, thanks a lot. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Chipmunk my ass.